Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Easy Peasy Vocab. Today we are going to learn about sentence patterns and how to classify sentences. In the image you can see a village backdrop with lots of animals and more people around. The oxen bellowed. I would say the is an article adjective, oxen is a subject noun and bellowed is the verb. Let's see how to classify such sentences. Basically, there are five sentence patterns. Pattern 1 is subject, noun, verb. The core would be subject, noun, and verb. Pattern 2 is subject, noun, verb transitive, and direct object. We have talked about the verb transitive and direct object in another video. You can watch that in my playlist. Pattern 3 is subject, noun, verb transitive, indirect object, and direct object. Pattern 4 would be subject, noun, linking verb, and predicate noun. Pattern 5 is subject, noun, linking verb, and predicate adjective. For today, we are going to talk only about pattern 1. Pattern 1 is subject, noun, and verb. So it has a noun and verb core. Let's see an example. The ships sailed. What sailed? Ships. So ships would be the subject noun in the sentence. What is being said about the ships? They sailed, right? So sailed would be the verb because it shows action. The is an article adjective. We have already learned about article adjectives. The, a, and are article adjectives, right? So let's classify this sentence. The ship sailed. So the is the article adjective, ships is the subject noun, and sailed is the verb. So this pattern is subject, noun, verb P1, SNV P1. So this is pattern 1. And what kind of sentence is this? How can you classify this sentence? It is a declarative sentence, right? Let's see another example. So, in the image, you can see a toad, right? The toad hopped. So, what hopped? Toad, right? Toad is a subject noun. And what is being said about the toad? What action is the toad doing? Hopping, right? It hopped. So, hopped would be the verb in the sentence. And the is the article adjective, and this is declarative sentence because it is giving information. In the second image, you can see a girl, beautiful girl dancing. Girl danced. Right? So, girl will be the subject noun. And what is she doing? What is the action there? Danced. Danced is the verb. And the sentence is declarative. Now, let's try adding adverbs to pattern 1 sentences. In the first visual, you can see an aeroplane, right? Planes circled overhead. So what circled? Planes. So planes would be the subject noun. What is said about planes? What action is the plane doing? Circling, right? Circled. So circled would be the verb. And to identify an adverb, what do we need to see? What do we need to know? Adverb tells us how, when, where, why, how much, how often, to what extent, right? We have already studied about adverbs. Let's see if overhead is an adverb. So how did the plane circle? The plane circled overhead, right? So overhead is an adverb in this sentence, and the sentence is declarative, and it is subject, noun, verb pattern 1. In the second visual, you can see two girls jumping and screaming. Girls screamed excitedly. Who screamed? Girls. So girls will be the subject noun. And what did they do? What did the girls do? They screamed. So screamed is the action and it would be the verb. How did they scream? They screamed excitedly. So excitedly is the adverb in this sentence. And the sentence is ending with an exclamation mark. So what kind of sentence is this? exclamatory sentence. And this pattern is subject noun verb pattern 1. Got it? Now let's try adding adjectives to pattern 1 sentences. Many worried parents waited patiently outside. So how many parents? For an adjective, so what questions does an adjective answer? What kind, which one, and how many? So how many parents? Many. So many would be the adjective. What kind of parents? Worried parents. So worried would be an adjective. And parents is the subject noun in the sentence. And what did the parents do? What was the action? Waited. So waited will be the verb. And to identify an adverb, what questions do we need to ask? How they waited. They waited patiently. So patiently is an adverb. Where they waited? They waited outside. So outside is also an adverb. And this is a declarative sentence as it is giving information. And subject noun verb pattern 1 sentence. In the second image, you can see a frightened boy running, right? The frightened little boy ran far away. Here, the is an article adjective. Who ran? Boy, right? So, boy is a subject noun. And what did the boy do? He ran. So, ran is the verb, action there. And what kind of boy? Frightened little boy. So, frightened and little both are adjectives because they're describing the boy. And where did he run? He ran far away. So, far away would both be adverbs. And this is an exclamatory sentence because it is ending with an exclamation, right? And this pattern is subject noun verb pattern 1 sentence, SNVP 1. Now let's try adding prepositions and object of prepositions to pattern 1 sentences. Enormous hailstones fell through the pines during the worst storm of the century. In the image you can see the hailstones, right? So what kind of hailstones? So what are we talking about? We are talking about the hailstones. So hailstones is the subject noun. And what is the verb in the sentence? What is the action? Hailstones fell, right? Fell is the verb in the sentence. Enormous hailstones. You're describing the hailstones. What kind of hailstones? Enormous. So enormous is the adjective in the sentence. Through the pines is the prepositional phrase. Why? Because through is the preposition. The is an article adjective and pines. So let's ask this question. Let me tell you a trick on how to find a preposition and a prepositional phrase. Through the pines, right? Let us ask this question, through what? If you get a noun or a pronoun, then that would be a preposition and the whole phrase would be a prepositional phrase. So through what? Through the pines, right? Is pines a noun? Yes, it is. So through is the preposition, the is an article adjective, and pines is the object of the preposition. Similarly, during the worst storm. During what? During storm. Storm is a noun. So, storm is the object of the preposition. During is the preposition. The is an article adjective. Then what is worst? Worst storm. What kind of storm? Worst. You're describing the storm, right? So, worst would be the adjective. So, during the worst storm is the prepositional phrase. The next one, of the century. Of what? Of century, right? So, century is the object of the preposition. Of is the preposition and the is an article adjective. And this is a declarative sentence and subject noun verb pattern 1. Got it? Now, let's try adding subject pronouns to pattern one sentences. You can see Cancun, Mexico in the image. So beautiful, right? We flew to the amazing city of Cancun in Mexico. Here, we is a subject pronoun. Flew. What did we do? Flew. Flew is the verb. To the amazing city. To what? City. City is the noun, right? That means to the amazing city would be prepositional phrase. To is the preposition. The is the article adjective. City is the object of the preposition. What kind of city? You're describing the city as amazing. So amazing is the adjective. The next one is of Cancun. Of what? Cancun. Cancun is a noun. So of Cancun is the prepositional phrase. Of is the preposition and Cancun is the object of the preposition. In Mexico. In what? Mexico. Mexico is a noun. So in Mexico is also a prepositional phrase. In is the preposition and Mexico is the object of the preposition. And this sentence is a declarative sentence as it is giving us information. And what kind of pattern is it? Subject noun verb pattern one sentence. Now let's try adding conjunctions to pattern one sentences. Wow, look at those fall colors. They are amazing. Trees and shrubs grew by the roadside during the fall. Trees and shrubs. So we are talking about both trees and shrubs. So trees and shrubs would be compound subject nouns. What is and here? It is a conjunction. We have talked about conjunctions, right? Fanboys. Do you remember that? Good. Trees and shrubs grew. So what are we telling about the trees and shrubs? They grew, right? The action is grew. So grew is the verb. By the roadside. By what? Roadside. Roadside is a noun. So by the roadside would be the prepositional phrase. By is the preposition. The is article adjective and roadside is the object of the preposition. During the fall. During what? Fall. Fall is also a noun. So during the fall would also be a prepositional phrase. During is the preposition. The is an article adjective and fall is the object of the preposition. This sentence is declarative sentence as it is giving us information. And what pattern is it? Subject noun verb pattern one sentence. Now let's try adding helping verbs and possessive noun adjectives to pattern one sentences. In the image you can see a boy and his sister. Did the boy and his sister fly to their grandmother's house? Did is the helping verb. We have already learnt about it in the helping verbs video, right? The is the article adjective. Boy and his sister. We are talking about both the boy and sister. So boy is the compound subject noun. Sister is also compound subject noun. And is the conjunction. We have talked about it. Fanboys, right? His sister. Whose sister? The boy's sister, right? His sister. His is a pronoun. But here it's showing ownership, right? So because it shows ownership, it would be possessive pronoun adjective. Fly is the verb. To their grandmother's house. To what? To house. House is the noun. So house would be the object of the preposition. So this would be the prepositional phrase. To their grandmother's house. Here, their. Again it shows ownership, possession. So there would be the possessive pronoun adjective. Grandmother's house. So whose house is that? Grandmother's, right? So grandmother is the noun there. So it is possessive noun adjective as it is showing possession or ownership. And this sentence is interrogative because it is a question. And this, what kind of pattern is it? Subject noun verb pattern one sentence. Thank you for watching. Please do like, share, subscribe and comment for more videos. Thank you so much.